A San Diego, California man who was nearly killed while trying to listen to this. Take a selfie with a rattlesnake. Well, his little joke ended up being really, really expensive. $150,000 hospital bill. Yes, doctors depleted the anti-venom stash at 2 different hospitals to treat Todd Fassler, Nick. And this is crazy. From that $153,000 bill, $83,000 of it was due only to pharmacy charges, the anti-venom medicine that he needed to survive. And he depleted the supplies of these hospitals because now, let me tell you, they need to give you 2 vials of this medicine every 6 hours for you to, survive the venom of the snake. And sometimes they say they need to double the dose if they're not seeing the improvement that they need. So why is this relevant? How can you go from being in this situation? Obviously, it's very expensive to develop an anti-venom. But here's the thing: this company, Crofab, the anti-venom created by a UK company, cost around $2,000 per vial. But there's no competition. These are the only guys that make this venom. And that's why their prices are so high, because there's no competition.
You need it.
Because you need it. There's no other way to survive a rattlesnake bite if you don't have that medicine. They've been trying and they've been lobbying really hard to prevent any competition because obviously there's not that many. There's in between, according to the CDC, we have in between 7,000 and 8,000 snake bites every year. But if you do the math, you're the only company, you're the only name in the game, and you're charging around $20,000 to $40,000, $60,000 sometimes for a treatment, and you have 8,000 of those a year. You don't want to give any of that pie to anyone else.
You know what, Jose? We did a story not long ago. I did one about the Russian government coming out with how to take a safe selfie brochure because people were literally dying in Russia. People were jumping on train tracks trying to take a selfie before the train came. They were climbing up on tall things and falling off. You think, wow, what an idiot. Then you read something like this and it's like, holy crap, we need one of those brochures here too because people are doing idiotic things to get attention on social media because getting 20 likes, 50, 120 likes is like the new I'm famous, you know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous. Yeah, this stupid company, Crofab, charging people obscene amounts, it's not even surprising when they know you need something, they back you up against the wall and you pay through the nose, and that's just the way it is. But this guy, come on, man, you don't need to be doing that.
I mean, honestly, he is a rattlesnake aficionado. He had one as a pet, and then after the incident, he decided to release it. So he likes rattlesnakes. The same guy who got bit for taking a selfie with a wild rattlesnake had one at home as a pet, and then he decided to release it. But this is not the only time that something like this happened in San Diego. In 2012, there was a UC San Diego exchange foreign student that had the same fate. He was bitten by a snake, went to the hospital, Scripps Hospital in San Diego. He said that the service was stellar, but he racked up $140,000 bill. He was Norwegian, and in Norway, it was, like in Norway, that will be free. So there was like big media attention after the fact. But then the Scripps Hospital came out and said, well, wait a minute, what we give to the patients, that bill is not necessarily a bill. And this is where the whole system, the medical system in this country is wrong. Because what the hospitals do is they send the patient a bill that it's $150,000 because that's an instrument for them to negotiate with the insurance company. Because at the end, they won't get paid the $150,000 because the insurance will try not to pay anything if they can get away with it. So what they're trying to do is like, okay, let's send a balloon up bill to the client, and the client is home recovering from a disease or from an accident or trauma, and they get a bill like this guy. He got a bill on July 4th for $153,000 due on July 27th. And what do? You have to send it to your insurance. It's like, oh, hopefully they pay, because if not, I'm gonna go bankrupt. And that's one of the reasons why medical expenses are one of the main causes for bankruptcy, because they get these bills. You don't know what is the part of the bill that you do have to pay, which is the one that your insurance company is going to pay. So what we're seeing is the combination of two very, very dark sides of big pharma. One, the insurance payment process, where these hospitals have to negotiate and sometimes kind of mark up their bills, and the other, the monopoly and the greed of one single company that is gaming the system in order to have higher prices and no competition. Thank God there is a new drug coming in 2017 that is going to challenge this monopoly, and hopefully we'll see that people that is being unlucky enough to get bitten by a snake be unlucky to have to
Are
pay
there
150K.
Are there rattlesnakes in Norway?
No.
Well, that's why it's so cheap.
Yeah, I mean, free healthcare. That's why it's so cheap. Well, let us know how you feel. Do you think saving your life from a rattlesnake bite is worth $150,000? Let us know in the comments, and please subscribe to the Lip TV.